So today I was at the Horsepower Farm with my daughter and my mother. The Horsepower is this place over in Oldsmar. It's like an animal farm. They got all kinds of animals and petting zoo type place like that. And they had a fall festival going on. So me and my mom and my daughter went there. It was fun. And so as we were leaving the place on the way out, they had this little reptile exhibit. And so we stopped in there to check out the lizards and things like that. And all of a sudden in one of this glass cage saw this tarantula in there, and I showed my daughter. I said, "Oh my gosh, it's a tarantula! Oh my, that thing was huge." And I said, "Yeah, that thing is deadly." And I was messing with my daughter. You want to pet it? And she was like, "Oh no, no!" And all of a sudden, this kid, this like 10-year-old boy, walks up, maybe like 12 or something like that. I don't know. He's a volunteer there, and he had a giant tarantula in his hand, and he said, if you want, you can pet this, this one." And so, we pet it, and he said, "Yeah, this one is not deadly, so it's fine. That one in the glass cage there, that's a deadly tarantula, but this one's not." And he said, "Do you want to hold it?" And I was like, "No, no way am I gonna hold that. Are you kidding me?" And he said, "No, it's not deadly. It's fine. You can hold it." I mean, here he was holding it in his hand, and I said, "Are you sure that thing can't bite?" He said, "Well, it can bite, and to be honest, if it does bite, it's definitely gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt pretty bad, but it won't. It's not deadly. It's not. It won't hurt. It won't kill you or anything like that." So I was like, "Wow." And he's like, "Come on, hold it." And I was like, "No, no way. I'm not holding freaking tarantula. Are you kidding me?" And my daughter Adriana, she was like, "No, come on, Daddy, you gotta hold it." And I mean, this sucker was huge, like the size of my hand. And my mom's like, "Come on, you gotta hold it." I was like, "No, no way. I'm not holding a tarantula. Are you kidding me? I don't care if it kill me or not. I'm not holding that." And Adriana and my mom kept egging me on. "Come on, you gotta hold it. The guy said, it's not deadly. It won't kill you." And so finally, I was, realized that my mother and my daughter were looking up to me. I'm the leader of the herd here and everything. They're looking up to me as the strong one of the group and everything. And I had this like 10-year-old kid volunteer holding it clearly in his hand, not afraid of it. So I realized, well, I gotta, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be the man here, and I'll just man up, hold this little non-threatening spider here, and just do it. So sure enough, I was nervous. I was scared as heck, and I put my hand out. The spider started to crawl up me. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And crawling up my arm and everything. And I let him stay on me for about 2 minutes, as long as I could take. And so finally, after like 2 minutes, the whole time I'm imagining this spider literally like ripping my arm up, taking a chunk out of me, like a giant. I'm just hearing this kid saying, "It's not venomous, but it'll hurt really bad." And I'm tucking in a minute this sucker's gonna like dig his teeth into me and like rip my forearm out of my arm. And so finally, after like 2 minutes, I was like, "Okay, I'm done now." Did my due diligence, and he took him back. And afterwards, I was thinking about it, on the ride home, and I was like, we as humans, we have this gift of imagination. We're the only creatures that have this just incredible gift of imagination, where we have the ability to imagine whatever we want in the future. Unlike, a spider or a dog or something like that. They can't really look into the future and imagine wild fantasies, where we can. We can do that unlike anything else. And that is a gift that we as humans have. But the problem is this, is that we tend to use our imaginations very often incorrectly. What we do when confronted with situations, instead of imagining a positive outcome and imagining an outcome that we would really love to happen, we imagine the worst, the worst case scenario. Just like what I was doing with that spider, imagining that sucker just like, taking my arm off. But we do that as well. When confronted with the situation of starting a business, for example, we think, "Oh, well, you know what? Oh, I would love to start this craft business or this blog or this, whatever, this YouTube channel or something like that." However, all of a sudden, a negative imagination starts to creep in. what are my what are my friends gonna think? What are my family gonna think about me? What if I run out of money? What if all of a sudden I don't have money to pay the bills next month? Or this or that. And we start to use our imagination incorrectly. And we do that all the time with things in our life. We do it all the time, every single day. But imagine if instead of using our imagination incorrectly, just a little more often, you begun to use your imagination correctly to your advantage. Rather than thinking, what if things don't work out? You thought to yourself, what if things do work out? What if I do succeed? What if I start this blog and it becomes massively successful and I become the person that I've always envisioned was a potential and a possibility for me? Or what if this business that I want to create, this idea, actually does succeed? What if I quit my job in hopes of finding a better job and I do find a better job? What if I leave this relationship that is toxic and is destroying me inside and out and I do find somebody incredible, right? Think about how powerful it is just by literally reframing the gift of our imagination to something better. And it's just simple. It's just a matter of taking conscious effort when a situation happens, like what happened then, to say, you know what, I'm going to use my imagination to my advantage. That imagination is your most powerful gift. Imagination, like Albert Einstein said, your imagination is the preview to your future. So why not create the future that you so deserve in your life? Use your imagination to your advantage.